This latest story that we're going to cover here absolutely outrages me because this is a story about bureaucratic, big-bellied Becky Riviera Hernandez and, of course, revenue-generating soulless robot Robbie Chang here, who are two undercover police officers that were just caught in an unethical sting operation in this latest YouTube video. Of course, we're not going to see a lot of this coverage on the mainstream media. Actually, we're seeing the complete opposite of this. But Jason, let's just get into this clip because there's a lot to unfold here, to say the least.
And these two people are the two individuals that entrapped me right here, and they're trying to do it right now.
This is video of an Uber driver filming, or Lyft driver.
They're trying to get every other Uber driver and Lyft driver right now.
Talking about how they're trying to get any other Lyft or Uber driver right now. And who's that?
The woman said that she didn't have a phone, or no, she said that her phone was, out of battery, and the guy said he had a flip phone.
Okay, break it down here.
All right, let's stop here, I want to just stop it right here because people probably don't understand exactly. He's an Uber driver. It's illegal for him to pick somebody up for cash. Now, she, when they pulled over, said she had no battery life on her phone. Obviously, we need an app. And then the guy says he has a flip phone. So basically, they're stinging people for illegal transactions. As they approach, they have luggage, Luke. They're all done up as like a hip, trendy, 2019 couple that you want to help out. And what are they doing? Should we hit the video?
I mean, this is a couple, again, pretending that they're stranded, they're lost, their phone battery went out, they have to get to an airport for a flight, and random people, good Samaritans are going to be like, hey, these people need to be picked up because obviously it looks like they're in California. There's not many taxis in California anymore. It's mostly Uber and Lyft drivers, and if you're stuck in a horrible situation, people are going to come and help you out. I had other situations where taxi drivers helped me out for no reason, picked me up because I was at the wrong terminal, dropped me off at a different terminal. They would have gotten in trouble with the law, with those stupid asinine rules. Let's just continue on because it gets even more outrageous that this is happening with your tax dollars as an official undercover sting operation. Let's just get into it.
All kinds of people. Watch this. Hey, brother, those people are undercover cops. I just got a citation for this. Yeah, they trapped me.
Look at Officer Robbie Chang there. Again, just made up name.
Good job, completely
made up. Robbie Chang was like, huh, he knows he's doing something wrong. Look at him hiding his face. And look at there. We have Becky Riviera Hernandez here. Totally made up name. Big belly bureaucratic Becky over here. Taking out the phone, filming. And it gets more incredulous. Keep playing it.
I see y'all in court. Oh, I thought your phone was dead. Oh, your phone ain't dead no more, huh? Your phone ain't dead no more? Yeah, I didn't take nothing from you. I took nothing from you. I took nothing from neither one of you people, and you know I didn't. You know I didn't take nothing from you.
Stop it.
I'm not harassing nothing.
Stop it. Bureaucratic big belly Becky walks up to this Uber driver who was just fined, who now has to go to court, who now has to miss a day of work because he was doing the right moral thing. And what does Big Becky say? Big Becky's like, you're harassing me. What? How is he? Big Becky's walking up to him. He's filming the situation, started walking away because obviously you could see he's nervous. Obviously he's talking to undercover police officers, which again are doing to, again, this is the immoral thing. The justification that they have for this, Jason, is that, you as an Uber driver, you're supposed to be called specifically through your phone, and allegedly, you can't pick up private people. Again, if someone's stuck and about to miss their plane, you're trying to help them out there. This is the story that they're given. Let's just continue playing it unless you have something else to say, Jason.
Before we get there, I want to say that I'm going to call this gentleman Thomas Johnson, and she's just Laura Davidson. I'm not going to play into your stereotypes, Luke, but what I do want to point out...
Not stereotypes. It's the truth.
What I do want to point out is that we've been watching this video for about 1 minute and 14 seconds. He maybe had a 10 to 15 second, very brief altercation where he said something to another driver and saved them. Look right here in the background. Look right here. It took literally seconds for the police to arrive on the scene, and we're going to watch that. Hey, how you doing, sir? Hey, sir. Hey, what seems to be... Hey, sir.
No, I'm not harassing anything. Y'all entrapped me. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Oh, now look at this. Look at this.
What's up, man? How you doing?
What you mean, how am I doing?
What's up,
I just
man?
got trapped.
Hey,
I just wanted to
homeboy.
stop.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Investigation, my ass. You're not investigating anything. You're entrapping people illegally when they're trying to do the moral thing. You are acting as an immoral authority of the state. Another argument to get rid of the state. That's the whole thing. But let's just keep playing it. We don't even know what happened afterwards. But again, let's see what's happening here.
Stop somebody else from getting trapped. That's all.
So how can I help you today? You know, by doing this, you're interfering with an investigation.
I'm
right?
not interfering with
he's
no
not.
investigation.
Yeah. So
No,
whenever
I'm
a
not.
car pulls up,
I'm
So
not
you
interfering
could
with
be
anything.
arrested
I
for
was
that.
making a video and they just happened to have some people pull up.
Boom! Luke, I got to tell you, this guy handled it like a gentleman. I hope that goes viral, and I encourage more people.
It is. This video came out yesterday. Already has 81,000 views, and he used the direct approach. But there's other approaches where people just held up signs calling out speed traps or other illegal revenue-generating schemes by these police departments. Sorry, I cut you off, Jason.
No, continue.
I mean, 81,000 views. This video needs to go viral because people need to know what their tax dollars are being spent on. You finance the police department, and this is what the police is doing. They're storming medical cannabis shops before this. You know, they're doing things that are absolutely immoral instead of doing the actual things that actually do help society. Rather than, you know, maybe go after the meth labs and actually the hardcore drug dealers. No, they're going to do the easy thing. They're going to do the safe thing, and they're going to do a thing that's immoral. And this doesn't just happen randomly once. This happens so many times all throughout this country, with even here in New York City, female undercover officers standing at the metro where the subway is and begging people, pleading with them, hey, if you have an unlimited metro card, swipe me in. Because again, you could buy an unlimited metro card. If you go in once, an hour later, you could use it again. And if someone helps this poor pleading woman, if a desperate guy helps out these poor pleading women, he's going to get a ticket or have to go to court or even be arrested, all depending on the officer's discretion for, again, doing the morally right thing. As human beings, we help each other out sometimes. We go out of their way. But these stupid, asinine, made-up little rules and laws are just completely, utterly insane. And it happens in New York City. It happens in California, predominantly because these are the biggest cash-strapped states. Yesterday, I did a video on the backup channel called Why New York City is Headed Towards Economic Disaster and told you just a little bit about just the unethical, immoral ways that police officers here generate revenue by punishing and squeezing every last drop of human existence from the people who live here. And again, this is something that will only get worse as the state plays a bigger role in our lives and offers you supposedly free things. Again, nothing is free. And you know, this is important to bring up. This is extremely important to, you know, let everyone know what's going on here, because the mainstream media knows this bigger play here. Inside Edition, they freaking did a whole expose, confronted New Yorkers that were evading the fare, confronting them, putting the camera on them, which is absolutely ridiculous, talking about, oh, why aren't people paying for this horrible service, by the way, which New York City can't run effectively at all. The MTA can't run effectively at all. Why aren't they paying every time to use this service that sometimes works by this state institution that ultimately doesn't give a damn about you and uses immoral police officers to squeeze the life out of you, to where people are broke and can't even afford the subway because we're getting ticketed and fined for the most stupid asinine reasons that could exist. And they have, of course, got chastised for it, and they deserved all the chastising because, again, they're showing, again, how the big media is pretty much another revenue arm of the state and how they're all playing along the same lines, when in reality, there's bigger truths to understand here, Jason. There's a bigger thing to comprehend here that not many people get. And that's not only just an argument against the state, but it's been documented, and we documented this case. We were one of the first news organizations to document this, that police officers legally have no duty to protect and serve you. Let's play a little bit of the B-roll of just this footage as we're talking about this, because as you were playing that YouTube video, Jason, this is video of my friend Joe Lizito, a hero, a man who stopped literally mass murderer in New York City when the police officers were watching by. The story is just absolutely incredible. This man is an absolute hero. We followed him, did follow-up stories as he went to court because the police officers who almost led their actions to cause close to his death, the police officers who lied about what happened, the police officers who stood behind and let Joe Lozito take this man down, which they took credit for later and even announced that he was just a victim. Joe Lozito sued the New York City Police Department and said, why didn't these police officers protect and serve? And the court ruled, well, guess what? The police officers have no duty to even protect and serve you. And with the laws becoming more absurd, with even some people talking about how an average American commits a felony at least once a day with so many rules, it's only going to get worse from here. And that's why we need to realize, Jason, you disagree with this. The state is not the answer because it leads to demonstrative, horrible situations like we just saw unfolded in California and will continue to unfold unless the people speak up about this, because the media sure as hell is not going to do it, and the government institutions that are getting money from it, of course, don't want to end this immoral practice that will only get more immoral and more crazy if we allow the state to get more out of hand. That's my opinion. I know you disagree, Jason.
Well, I'm just going to say this. There is a comfortable amount of government, but I was always brought up, and I would think that people from my generation, that police were there to protect and serve. It actually said to protect and serve on their cars, and in many cases it still does. And I do believe that there are good officers out there that believe that. Unfortunately, you do have a system, especially when you have a large system like New York City, Los Angeles, urban areas in really anywhere. You look at Texas. These are places with mass corruption because the Leviathan gets just so big.
And Jason, quotas. So there's quotas in New York City where police officers have to give out a certain amount of tickets per month, have to have a certain amount of arrests per month, forcing, of course, a lot of innocent people to be trapped up in this revenue-generating schemes, which, again, are created by the state, Jason.
You just love talking about the state like somebody else wouldn't squeeze you. Look, if you think that I want to see my tax dollars or my law enforcement agencies putting money forth towards these programs and actually doing these things to people, of course I don't. I don't like this one bit. I think it's absolutely disgusting. But we've seen a lot more corruption, and I think the bottom line is that's why we have to keep recording police officers. We have to maintain that right because that right has slipped away in many jurisdictions. I believe last year we did a story on people just basically taping a protest outside of a hearing, and then they were all arrested in unison. They were later...
I was arrested a whole bunch of times for filming, again, with police officers, especially in New York City, running up to me, getting in my face, saying, stop harassing me. I'm like, dude, you're running up to me. The countless numbers of videos of me just getting screamed at and me just deciding, you know what, I'm just going to scream right back at you and invoke my rights. And sometimes that ended up with me in jail, which we fought successfully. And sometimes it ended up with just a video of us asserting our rights, which is very important. And again, not all police officers are bad, but seeing this is absolutely infuriating. You could see by the body language, you could see by the micro expressions, you could see by the facial expressions, these officers are ashamed, and they should be ashamed because what they're doing is absolutely wrong, and it could only stop with the people seeing this. This is something the mainstream media doesn't like to highlight, doesn't like to talk about. They do the absolute opposite because it's all a big game. It's all a big generating revenue scheme. It's all about using you as the cattle, not respecting you. And this joke that you know officers are here to protect and serve you, it's in some rare instances, sure, but predominantly, let's be honest here, they're here for the state. They're here to generate revenue and do things that are the total opposite of safe or protecting or serving. And I think we all get that sentiment when we get pulled over and look behind. And I don't know about you, Jason, but I don't know if you feel protected and served when that situation unfolds.
I certainly don't. I'm no anarchist, but I don't like public funds going to these type of programs. No, thank you. I don't like checkpoints. I don't like DWI checkpoints, all that stuff. Look, I'm supposed to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. not to be approached by officers, and then if I do you a favor, I get a ticket and a fine. That's insanity to me.
Yeah, and again, it's just if people see this, right? If I see this video, I'm an Uber driver or a Lyft driver. I'm not going to help random people. I'm not going to pick them up anymore. If I'm walking through the subway, I'm not going to, swipe them anymore. And again, it's causing illogical, stupid behaviors and humanity to be separated by each other by these asinine actions that only enforce worse behavior, for us not to be there for each other. I'm looking at the comments of these videos and people don't even understand what's going on. People are like, wait, is Uber illegal? No, it's not. It's stupid bureaucratic laws, and they could be doing something a lot more productive, especially in Los Angeles, especially with the amount of disease, with the amount of homelessness, with the amount of crime that comes out of Los Angeles. I could definitely, this is LAPD, by the way, as I'm seeing by the squad car, they could definitely use their resources in so many better ways. I remember I was with a friend and we were pulled over for jaywalking, right? in Los Angeles. And I'm like, really? You have Skid Row. You have, what is it? Typhus or typhoid coming back? You have all these problems in the society. And the only thing you care about is that I jaywalked. Again, this is building up to this social credit score Orwellian system, which just like any gang, just like any government, will become too big for itself and start abusing its people. Jason, there's even crazy videos coming out of China where if you jaywalk, the facial recognition AI cameras take a photo of you, connect you to your bank account, let you know on a chat room that you did this, put your photo up as a wall of shame, and at the same time take money out of your bank account without you even approving it or doing anything for that offense of jaywalking. This is the society we're going towards, completely backwards, completely asinine, because governments are getting too big, too powerful, and this is why me and Jason disagree. I have my point of view, you have yours, but that's why we debate this openly. Where do you guys stand? Let me know in the comment section below. Very interesting to always hear the bigger political discussions that are happening down below. And these discussions, these videos wouldn't be happening without you, and that's why I love you guys. Thank you again so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on youtube.com/we are change.